All right, good night. We are live. What's up? What's up? What's up? Wait, hold on. So we are live. Welcome everyone. All right, guys, I want to say shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the hardworking people. Shout out to everyone who doing their thing. Shout out to everyone who trying their best. Shout out to all the people who work in the medical field. Shout out to all the single parents. Shout out to all the stay-home mom. Shout out to all the bus drivers. Shout out to all the truck drivers. Shout out to the teachers. Listen me, man. Shout out to everyone out there who trying to make a difference in this life. Thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, guys. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button because on this live, all I'm doing basically is trying to guide the new gardeners into becoming successful gardeners. All right. So don't forget, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed before, hit that subscribe button. And then don't forget to hit the notification bell that you can get notified as soon as I hit share a video. All right, remember at Planter Garden TV, we grow our food a certain way. We do not use no form of chemicals around our food. We try to grow our food natural as possible, and it is possible. So just remember that. So I just want to say thanks everyone for all the support. Thank to all the members of this channel. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all the moderators. Thank you all the subscribers. Thank you all the viewers. Thank you all the supporters. I just got to say thank you. All right. So today, basically, what we're gonna talk about today, because right now I'm actually going through a herb garden challenge. So I wanna share tips of how to take care of your seedling because as we know, there's a lot of people who doing it who now trying to do seedlings indoors, and I know how challenging it can be to actually keep seedlings alive indoors. So I'm going to be sharing tips along this journey. And today we're going to what we're going to talk about today, because you guys already done sow your seed. So what you actually doing now, you actually trying to take care of them. So my job right now is to help the people who need help take care of them seedling. And remember, I'm not going to be telling you to add nothing around these seedlings. You see what I'm saying? The thing, watch, these are some seedlings. These are some cantaloupe right here that I'm actually having this container here. I set them, and in no time, these things has germinated. But right, they're growing beautiful. They're looking lovely. If you notice, you're not going to see no type of thing throw around them, because I've learned something. From the time these seedlings germinate, you have the ability to do a lot of things. All right? No, you have the ability to program these seedlings into a condition you know you want them to grow into. No, many people will put a little whatever around them. No, I wouldn't do that. What I'll do, the only thing I'll do is while they're growing, while they're getting taller, I keep adding soil around them. You see what I'm saying? So when I add the soil around them, what happens is they're going to start to develop more roots. So when they develop more roots, what's happening is the plant's going to be growing and getting bigger and getting stronger. So when you take them outdoors, getting ready to transplant them, you actually have strong roots. You have plants with strong roots. So taking care of your seedlings is very important, guys. Listen to me. Sowing your seed is one thing, but after you sow your seed, this is another step you got to deal with. Hey, so bless, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Right? So these are seedlings right here. But now the challenge is with these seedlings is to make sure you take care of them, make sure you keep them standing for when that they come for transplanting outdoors. Now, if you notice these look pretty healthy. Hey, Nasa the goat, what's up? Yes, glad to have you here too. Thank you. Yes. If you look at these seedlings, you're going to see they're looking pretty healthy. Pretty healthy. Now, what I'm actually going to be doing, I might water them once a week. Once a week, I might water them. Sometimes what I do as well, I try to wake up the soil inside. You see, sometimes I try to wake up the soil inside here because you don't want it to get too clammy because these roots is really delicate. These are seedlings and their root is very delicate. So taking care of your seedling is important. Now, if you're able to take care of these seedlings the right way, right? By the time I'm ready to transplant these gonna be full of root. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna full of root. And that's where the plant get strength, the root. All right, so able to germinate your seed, able to sow your seed, able to sow your seed, able to get them germinate, that's another stage. Able to keep them to grow, keep them standing, able to keep them healthy, able to make them grow is a whole nother stage. Because you can get, did you say water once? Yes, once a week. And sometimes I push my hand down a little and test. And if I feel it damp, then I say, okay, let me hold on a couple of days. But I do not give my plants too much water. Once a week, the most, I'll give them. Because you see, you got to remember when you have them indoors, they're not getting that heat, that sun to dry out the water out the soil. So you want to make sure that you give them water that could sustain them for that time. You don't want to give them too much because sometimes too much of the water create root rot. And you don't want to do that. Could you imagine? You sow your seedling become beautiful, looking healthy and growing, and you add too much water. And because you add too much water, they just dry out. That's not what we want. So I'm basically here, especially for the new gardeners. I'm just giving you guys tips, okay, of taking care of seedlings. I've been doing this for a very long time. I could actually close my eyes and deal with these seedlings. Okay? Hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Another thing is, sometimes if you believe that your hand may be too heavy. When I say hand too heavy, meaning you might be putting too much water into the container, then what you can do, you can get a spray bottle. You know the spray bottle? You can get the spray bottle and you could spray them. So you in more control of, instead of you just pour in the water, you spray, you give them a few light spray and just allow them. Seedlings is very delicate. You have to know how to deal with seedlings or you can lose them. Okay? The next thing again, after your seedling germinate, everything left in your hands. When the seedling germinate, it's all left in your hands. Why now? Now if you know, basically in control, until you put them outdoors. When you put them outdoors, then it's kind of different. But once you have them indoors, you are in control. Now, with me now, you could see these seedlings. I don't know if you guys can see them well, but you could see how healthy they are already. Now the soil already prepared for the seedlings. So the soil that I have in the container is the same soil that's where I'm going to plant them. So they're already programmed to this type of soil. So when I remove them from this container and put them into the garden, they're going to meet the same type of soil they're used to. And this is important to guys. You cannot, let me make this very clear. You cannot take seedlings from rich soil, like this container. This is rich soil, and put them back into poor soil. You reversing the process. You cannot take them from rich soil and transplant them in poor soil. You're reversing the process. What you need to do is either you put them in a richer soil or the same soil they germinate into. Most of the time, and this is what people don't understand. Many people use all different type of stuff to germinate. Well, do what best for you. But what I'm saying to you is, if you able to sow a seed in the soil that you're gonna transplant them in, that's one of the best thing you could do. Why? Remember, when these seed germinate, and push down that root is searching. And while it's searching, what it's doing is it's getting used to what's in the soil. What's the soil have to feed them? It's getting you, and it's adapt itself. So whenever you move them, you got to move them into a better condition always. Just like you growing seedlings indoors. When you transplant them outside, you putting them into a better condition, which is more sunlight. You see what I'm saying? More sun. So it's always got to be better condition you put in your seedling in. Don't reverse it. Say, for instance, you have your seedling them indoors, struggling, right? You have them struggling. But guess what? You take them and you put them in an area where they can't get sunlight. What's gonna happen? You see where I'm coming from, right? What's gonna happen? They might just, and they're not gonna grow, they're not gonna do anything. But guess what? If you take them and you put them in some sunlight, you're gonna see better results. So it's always taking your seedling from wherever condition you're taking them from into a better condition, better environments. You see what I'm saying? So these right now, I can plant these right now, but the reason why I'm not going to plant them, I'm going to give them maybe a week, or two. The reason for that is the weather is a little chilly right now. So because the weather is chilly, I'm not going to put them out there. But these ready to transplant. Some of them, they have 2 leaf, and some of them already start pushing the other 2 leaf to come up. I will plant them in this size. Some people will wait till they get more leaf. But the only reason why I'm not going to plant them is because the weather still chilly. But your seedlings, man, you see, guys, no, look what I have in these containers. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 of them. A variety of aspect, what's up? Now I have 11. You see? So I'm saving right here. By me setting my own seed, saving my own seed and set my own seed, I've saved a bunch of money right in this container. So what I'm saying is, what I'm really saying is, sowing seed is one thing. Sowing seed is one thing. Seeing them germinate is the other. Right? Seeing them germinate is the other. Keeping them to strive, to full of life is the other. If you're able to manage, if you're able to manage your seedlings, if you're able to take care of your seedlings the right way, you will get abundance of harvest. Once you're able to take care of your seedlings the right way, you will get the abundance of harvest. Because the process, you never, many times we traumatize a lot of these seedlings. We put these seedlings in so much pressure before we even get to transplant them. So because we put them in so much pressure, by the time you transplant them, they need to take a time. They need to take time before they could actually catch themselves, right? They need to take time before they could actually catch themselves to start growing. So one of the most delicate time, setting your seed is not really the most delicate time. Seeing them germinate is not one of the most delicate time. After they germinate, that's one of the most delicate time you could. So it's in your hand now. It's in your hand to turn these into food. It's in your hand to make sure that these grow right. You deal with them right. You plant them right. You take care of them right. That they could produce the amount they're supposed to produce. It's in your hands now. Like this. This is in my hands to make sure that these beautiful plants produce in abundance. Yes. Okay, let me see. I am kicking mine outside as soon as that weather warms up. Yes, that's basically what I'm doing myself. I don't want to do it now because I don't want the weather. You know, I put them outside today because the weather was okay. Because the next thing again, guys, before I plant these, I have to put them outdoors, not direct in the sun, but for the outside that they could get the full light and they could get, the full light from the sun, but not direct because we have them indoors. So because they're indoor, they're not used to that heat. So you have to take them out to get hard enough before you plant them directly in the sun. So it's a whole process with this thing for be successful. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that people growing and then a sucks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just giving you hints of how your garden could be successful. Okay? Like for instance, there's people, if they see 3, 4 pepper on their tree, they're grateful. They're okay. But to me, 3, 4 pepper on a tree is not enough. That means you didn't do something right. That means something didn't do right. Because I know pepper is supposed to produce a lot of pepper. And you have enough, it doesn't matter where you are. You have enough time for that. Once you start them indoors, you have enough time for them to produce. So your seedlings is very important, and it's in your hand to get the best out of your plants. It's in your hands. The more you take care of them, is the better. It's the better they will produce for you. The more you take care of them, is the better you will produce for you. And the job is now, not when they reach big. And no, the job is now. If you feel you're going to be adding too much water in your container, get a spray bucket. Get a spray bucket and you just, so you give them enough water, because you don't want to create a root rot in those, why, after having such a beautiful plant. And I know sometimes it's going to be survival of the fittest. Yes, definitely. Definitely. I agree with that. Our plants is very important. And the more we learn about them, and the more we could give them, and the more we understand them, is the more they give back to you. The more they will give back to you. Listen to me, there's blueprint to everything. There's a way how to do things. Yes, there's many ways you could do things, because we all could, like for instance, we all could get somewhere by walking different places. We all can get there, but some people might get there faster than some. But you did get there. Some people might fall down before they even get there. Some people might give up before they get there. So it's not about just getting there. It's about getting there and able to reap all the benefit at the same time. Because you could grow your plants. You could grow your plants, but your harvest is not in abundance. You could grow nice plants, but your harvest is not in abundance. And this is what I'm talking about. It's not about just growing the food. It's about getting food from them and getting food in abundance from them. You see where I'm coming from? So, gardening, to me, it's a special thing, and you never stop learning. It's a special thing, and you never stop learning. It's important for you to be able to take care of your seedlings. Very important. If you're able to take care of your seedlings, you will see a greater reward, I'm telling you, because it all starts from your seedlings. You see, the better you take care of your seedlings, the better they're going to strive. Once you transplant them, you make sure the condition that you remove them from, where you placing them, is not better. Where you placing them, they should be better. Better condition, meaning more sunlight, a chance to get more mineral, a chance to get more vitamin, more, more carbon. You understand? They must be exposed to more, if not the same. It cannot be less because you're reversing the whole process. You see what I'm saying? You're reversing it. You want to push it forward, now reversing it. Why? Because you do not have enough time, okay, for telling yourself that, you know what, let me show you guys this. Let me show you how most of the time how I set my seedlings, right? Hey Jim Mama, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Let me show you guys how I sow seed, right? And because sometimes I sow seed like this, but that depends on what type of plant it is. But most of the time, this is how I sow seed. I just show them tick. I show them tick it, you understand, and just let them grow. No. Okay, this is about hardening off your seedlings. So let's watch this video.
And TV, how you guys doing today? All right, guys. So today is the fourth day of spring. Yes, I think today is the fourth of spring. And what happened is I have some plants that I definitely really want to take out though, but I can't because the weather is still striving, pretty cold from time to time. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to put them in the sun so I can start let the sun start hardening them. Because seeing they was indoor for such a long time, you want to make sure you bring them out from time to time, not direct in the sun. You don't want to put them direct in the sun. You want to put them in a shaded area where the sun could penetrate them for a little. I do it for like at least 30 minutes and then I take them back indoor. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm trying to harden them, make them get used to the sunlight because you know the sunlight can be tough on them sometimes. And if you just bring them out and leave them in the sun, maybe the sun might scorch them up and then they got to start over. So this is some ginger I have here. Look how tall these ginger are. Some of these ginger is almost 3 feet tall, but I don't want to take them out though until that last frost. Because I don't want to, when I take them out, then the weather hit them, then I got to start over. All right, so what I'm doing today, I'm hardening some of my plant. What the sun gonna do? The sun gonna
Okay. All right, Jim Mama say this is inspired me. Yes, if you notice, yes, I do my liquor from time to time, but it depends on the type of seedlings. I prefer, I throw all my seedling thick. The amount of food I plant, I cannot afford to put one in a container. You see what I'm saying? This is a beautiful way, Jim Mama. Look, you see how they look healthy? But this is what I'm telling. This is what I'm saying, guys. If you sowing your seed in dirt or whatever you sow it into, I prefer to go in my garden and wherever I'm going and plant, that's where I'm gonna take the soil from to go and set that seed into. Because what I'm actually doing, hey Lassos, how you doing? What I'm actually doing, I'm actually programming the plant already to that type of soil. Because when I transplant it, when I move it, I'm moving it into the same soil that it used to. So we're gonna happen, this plant gonna take off. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I say, guys, there's tricks to this thing. And once you master these things, you have no problem. Now, look these seedlings. These are what the name? Basil and another herb in this container. Yes, yes, I'm so blessed. It's for what I'm telling you is for real. You understand? I can show you videos that what I'm telling you is for real. As soon as you, if you, the same soil, if you sow the seed in the same soil that you where you're gonna transplant them, they already adjust themselves to that type of soil, so they will take off. But if you take them in a different soil, no, they got to stay there, and then they got to try to get adjust. They got to adjust themselves to a whole different type of soil. But if you put them in the same soil, I guarantee you, they're gonna take off. Hey, Archie, living life, how you doing? Thank you all for being here. Yes, so this is important, and hardening off your seedling is important. And this is what this video is about. What I'm playing here, it's about hardening off your
Start to
seedling.
harden their leaf. Okay, the sun got, because right now they is very delicate because we know they wasn't getting the full sunlight. So what the sun gonna start do from time to time, the sun gonna start harden their leaf and start preparing them for the real hot sun. So 30 minutes is at least I'll give them and take them back indoors.
All right, so what I do, I will take them out. This is hardening time. This is when you hardening off, right? What I'll do, I'll take them out for 30 minutes. Allow the sun, not the direct sun, but the sun to, I just can't deal with the, I don't, I don't have this stuff. You know what? I think these nuts come from where you get your soil from. I really believe that because I don't have these problems. I don't. But yes, what I'm saying is no, when you hardening off your seedling, because it's important. Sometimes you could just do it and get away. But you could try to plant them without harden them, and then that day or the day after, when the sun comes down and penetrate them, it's catch up their leaf. And by doing that, what happened? That's bad. The plant got to, if it ain't dry up, it got to start over. It got to start over that process where it start pushing out new leaf again. New leaf is already had. And remember, your growing season is not that long. You can't afford that. You see what I'm saying? You can't afford that. Yes, it's the lava in the soil that, yes, I believe so, Jimama. I truly believe that. Because I don't get these nets and all this kind of stuff around my plants. Them. I've been doing this for years. And I don't get this. So it got to be something. So because some people complain about the nets that might be flying around in the house from the, I don't really have that and I'm glad. I'm glad I don't have that problem, because if I was having it, maybe I might not want to put them in my garage. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, it's really good, guys, to harden off your plant. Why it's good? Because you can lose your plants, because you got to remember, having your seedlings indoors. Like these are some seedlings. I'm hardening these off right now. These are some cantaloupe. I'm hardening them off right now. Hey, Miss Queen, what's up? Hey, Ty, how you doing? Good night. Right? I'm hardening these right now. So they're pretty young still, but I'm hardening them because I want, when I plant them, the sun, they're going to already get used to the sun. So I wouldn't worry, I have to worry about the sun scorching them leaf. So this is how it's important to harden. And harden does not mean you got to put them in the direct sun. No, you put them in an area where the light, they could get the light, but not that direct sun, because that direct sun will damage them. Okay, and we don't want that. I'm telling you guys this because I know you guys in the challenge as well. I know you guys in the challenge as well. So be mindful of this. You don't want to put your herbs directly in the sun because that could cause a situation. Be mindful of that, guys. Your growing season is pretty short. You don't have a long growing season, so you don't want to take things backwards instead of forward. All right? So getting your seed germinate is one thing, right? Getting your seed germinate is one thing. Keeping them from keeping them, make them able to survive is the other thing. You see? So once you're able to keep them to survive, you make sure you do not overwet them. Because sometimes we believe that these plants need so much water and they don't. They really don't. So be mindful of that. And like I said, some people, I hear some people say, oh, my hand is too heavy, meaning they put too much water in the container. So like I was mentioning earlier, please use a spray buckle that you have more control, because these plants really just sometimes a week I ain't water these plants. I don't water them twice a week, once. And depending on how the soil looking and how the soil feel, I will not water them. I will allow them to dry first, because you got to understand too, guys. Like I now tell you, plants could grow in condition, right? Like I now mentioned to you, the condition you moving them from can be better than where you taking it. Where you taking it, whether it's in a bigger container or in the ground, got to be better than the condition you had them indoors. This is what gonna give you serious production. My thing is, it took me a while to figure out myself that it took me a while to figure out myself that plants need dry time. Yep, it do. If Urban Home said, how you doing? Yes, plants, this is what people don't understand. Plants need air. Sometimes it's good if you have a fan blowing some air through them as well. You see, you got to create. MS Queen, okay, how much is the competition this year? Well, okay, we have different gift this year, which I'm gonna call out tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna call out the gift, and but we have about 5 to 6 winners this year, so that we able to give gift this year. So shout out to all the people. But I'm gonna be calling that out tomorrow night. All right? Yes. Yes, guys. So when you're dealing with seedling, man, it's just different. Oh, Dream Mama, did you get Miss Dream Mama? I'm gonna check it as soon as I finish here. No, I didn't. I did, and I was to email you about that, and I forget. But as soon as I finish here, I promise I'm gonna check it. All right? Yeah. So and guys, I know there's a lot of new gardeners, whether it's in here or whether it's getting ready to, or who viewers are people who just looking. This information is very important because you got to know how to deal with seedlings. You have to know how to deal with seedlings. You have to know how to program your seeds and your seedlings. You have to know how to create the same type of atmosphere situation for your seedlings that you know where they're going to be dealing. No, number one, when you're dealing with seedlings, right? Let me tell you guys. When you're dealing with seedlings, I pause. This is why I don't give my plants them no set of water either. This is why my garden also could survive without rain, without water for weeks and still stand up. Because you got to start that from the get go, from the time they germinate. You got to be in control. You got to you got to make sure you only giving them enough water to keep them survive. That's all you got to do. Enough water just for them to survive. So when you move them and you transplant them out there and they start growing, if there's no rain, and I also have the way how I plant them too. If there's no rain, a week or two, these plants will still stand up green. So you, the one who dealing with the seedlings, is the one who got to be in control to make sure these seedlings, you treat them the best way you can. You make sure you do what you got to do for them. When you transplant them, you make sure you take care of them. All these things you got to do. This is how you get the production. This is how you get great production. Hey, Tamara Tams, how you doing? Yes, this is how you get great production. Listen, me guys. I wait, how could I find this video, man? Hold on. Because you see, that's the thing with me. Able the things I'm actually talking about. Because I don't want to be just talking and can't show anything. That's what I don't want to do. You're just talking, but nothing, you can't back nothing you're saying. You can't prove nothing. I'm not one of them people. I love to show progress. I love to show the progress. I love to show the things that I'm talking about, how it happened, and show you that, yo, this, what he's saying is for real. God, you're looking for production. Production is what you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? I'm not satisfied growing plants and cannot harvest in abundance. I'm not satisfied with that. So what I do, I put in the work and make sure I put in as much work that I can get to able to harvest in abundance. I'm looking for a video here. Let me see. All right, let me see. Okay, not that one. So at the end of the day, guys, it's all about production with me. All about production. You plant, and everything you plant just grow in, in abundance. I believe in production, and everything I say, I can prove it. Everything I said, I can prove it. I have nearly 2,000 videos with a bunch of information. And everything I plant, I have is in abundance. Everything I grow, everything I grow huge. You know, you know what? Let me show this spit. Oh man, wait, I was sharing and I didn't even know. Wow, sorry. Okay, this is a pigeon trees tree, guys, that I grew, right? And this wasn't a video I'm looking for, but this was a pigeon peas I'm actually grow that I have to climb a ladder to actually, and still wasn't able to reach the top of it. This is one plant right here. You see, this is a plant I start indoors. And this is just a fraction of the tree you actually see in there. A fraction of it. I start this plant indoors, but it's the treatment I give it from the get-go. You see what I'm saying? That's a plant I start from indoors. But the way I take care of the plant, the way I take care of that plant, beautiful. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to show you guys is the way you take care of your plants. You could get huge plants that produce so much, but it's the way you take care of them. Let me see what Jim Mama say. I'm hoping my herb survive this transplant. I have to buy new soil because I don't have space like I. Okay, all right, all right. They're gonna survive. They're gonna survive. Do it well. Bless up to all. I had no idea that how to do it must be overwater. Yes, overwatering it's a problem. Overwent, yes, it was. Let me see what Jim Mama say. I still see the ginger plant. Where ginger inside in the video? Them ginger. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. But anyhow, I have ginger right now that I ready. Hey, Urban, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I have ginger that I'm ready to transplant right now. But I don't want to do it because I'm still getting a chill in the morning. Last year, I transplant them and they struggle. Oh, you didn't see the pigeon peas plant? Oh, it's listen to me. That thing, the weather damaged it. It produced peas, but the peas didn't get to mature. But that was a massive pigeon peas. I'm hoping it come back this year. Yeah, so why I'm not taking out the ginger now, because last year, I think that's the same video I know I was showing with the ginger there. Last year, I take out ginger early. Then I take out ginger after. And the difference was, I ain't see no difference. So that made me hold back this year. Instead of transplant them so early, it made me hold back this year because it didn't make sense. Because when you put them out and the weather start beating the leaf, it start drying up the leaf and make the look dry. So just like some of them I had in the video there. So I'm not doing it this year. I'm waiting until that time come when the weather, the last frost pass, then I'm transplanting. Yeah, that pigeon tree, man, listen. It's a beautiful pigeon tree, man. I have a video to show when I cut it down. Damn, I also don't upload that video. Hey, Mama J, how you doing? Yeah, so what I'm saying, guys, you have the ability, you in control, you in control to get your plans the way you want it. I'm telling you right now, you in control. Guys, I don't know if you guys listen to me, right? I don't know. For the people who know me for a while now, how much times you hear me talk about growing pigeon peas, tall, big, massive pigeon peas? You know why I can keep saying that? Who? Just think about it for a moment. How much people could tell you today that they're gonna grow a 7-foot pepper tree or an 8-foot pepper tree and pull it off? How much people could do that? So this is why I'm telling you here today and tonight, it's all in your hands to produce for your garden, to produce the way you want it to. Regardless of what condition you're dealing with, you got to figure out the condition you're dealing with and try to walk it in with your plants. Because I grow in the tropical, I grow in the cold, the deep cold, and I also grow in the mild cold. So I know it all. You have to able to figure out what I have to do to make sure that these plants produce the way I want them to. That's your job, guys. That's your job. I have some pigeon peas, but I haven't planted them yet. Can they be planted in the spring and summer? Yes, they can, but they most likely they're not gonna produce. Most likely you might gotta take them indoors and try to bring them back outdoors in the spring. But they could survive if you give them the condition inside. But if you grow them now and you gotta deal with the cold, you definitely not gonna able to get anything from them this year. But yes, tonight was a beautiful night, guys. I know, sorry I gotta cut it late, but I promised myself on Thursday I'm gonna cut it to do the live to 1 hour, and then on another night. So I'm gonna do it 2 nights a week now instead of Thursday, only Thursday. Okay, it's too late. If you're in Georgia, it's definitely too late. You could plant it, but you got to take it indoors in the spring, in the fall. Okay? Yes. So, yes, guys, tonight, for the people who come in late tonight, this was a video, a live about gardening, taking care of seedlings. All right? Taking care of seedlings. This was the night. This was the night. So if you miss it, you could go back and you could watch this slide because it's about seedlings. And I know a lot of people that definitely dealing with seedlings right now for Herb Garden Challenge. I'll be back live. I'll be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about maybe the prices, the giveaway, where we're going to have. All right, Jim Mama, take care. The prices and what we're going to be giving away. So we're going to talk about it, and we're also going to talk about the upload. All right, so tonight was a night with a lot of information, guys. You guys can go and check it out. You guys will be able to. I want you guys to master these seedlings. Master them. That when you decide to plant them outdoors, they're good to go. Your growing season is too short for you to make mistake. All right? So thank you guys. Thank everyone for coming out tonight. Truly appreciate you guys. As always, I can you guys can tune in back tomorrow night and we could talk about a little about the Herb Garden Challenge and more about gardening. So thank you guys. Thanks everyone for coming through. I appreciate each and every one. Peace, love, blessing to all. Good night.